Are we back? Hello, everyone. Bear with me a sec. So, had an idea. I did reload to get better items. But, considering we now have another 12 hours to work with before the VOD crashes, why don't we do something really stupid? Hee hee. Not Twin Ribbon, though. Let's get real. Where's, like, the fucking... Is the pin the best one? Really? Huh. How bad could it possibly be? There's no time constraint anymore. I don't know if I have a ginger guard. Okay, let's check. We get rid of the rules, rue. Okay, I have a bunch of revivements. Those are the good ones. Okay, revivement. Revivement. I got revived dust. That's probably useful. Okay, we can do better than a fucking spaghetti code, I'm pretty sure. Yes. Deluxe dinner, single target healing items are actually the best here. Club sandwich is at least usable if I can't find anything better. Deluxe dinner, revivement, deluxe dinner. I can replace a club sandwich with an executive buffet, is just a better club sandwich. What about this one? Oh, I've got another revivement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 revivements, a revived dust. This is pretty stacked. Is there anything better than late candy? I don't think tension gem's that useful here. Lancer cookie, butt juice. Yep, this is as good as I can do. That's a pretty good healing loadout, though. This is gonna suck ass. Okay, can we optimize this anymore, though? Chris isn't really dealing much damage in this fight. I think the defense is actually better. It's all about Susie doing Rude Buster. Does Susie having a higher damage increase Rude Buster damage? Is that a thing? Is that how it works? I think this is as good as I can do for defense right now. Magic does help. Okay, well, I don't know how easy it is to increase magic right now. I can decrease it. Maybe the pin, actually. Chris has the pin. There we go. That's just better. And Ralph is gonna have his like clown puppet cosplay as God intended. Oh, you think I took the shadow mantle off of Chris to give it to Susie? Oh no 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 no! I've got a new fresh 12-hour VOD to fill up. Save the loadout? Why would I need to? Gaster lets me retry. Okay, Tina, I'm skipping your cool speech. Only 30% of viewers came back, it looks like. That's funny. Tina? Who the hell are you? You can see the animation again, the lore-drenched animation. Ooh, the lore. The eye shine turns around, it's weeping, it's crying, look at that. It's got the stigmata whole hands, like Fanon Gaster. It doesn't really look like a baseball. It looks like a fucking Pepsi ball. Bro turns into a Pepsi ball. That's kind of scary. It's like a very slightly pointy baseball bat. Let's fucking go. We're good. Okay, Chris is gonna do very little damage. It's all about busting. That's that fucking... Doesn't do that much damage without the mantle. Like, Susie wasn't even wearing the mantle and it still doesn't do that much damage. Like, that's insane. The mantle doesn't even just buff Chris. Alright. Keep calm and carry on. Of course it's a Toby Fox game, so the stats that the item actually tells you what it does and lists on its stats sheet have very little to do with the actual effect in combat. Protect against shadow and star attacks. What it actually means, prevent Susie taking damage against an attack. That was like a sword. Okay, sure. I guess that's what it does. Alright, back to it. I should have healed Baird, actually. Oh, this shreds you. It's actually not that much worse than it usually is, to be honest. Like this one. It's not that different. I only have to survive a finite number of those attacks, really. Like maybe 3 or 4 in the whole fight. Fuck. Actually, a group kill would be good here. Damn, wish I had a club sandwich right now. Be perfect. Fuck, I forgot. Tiny hitboxes on these guys. Got hit anyway. Are you guys in chat reading Pearl as being a red herring for the Death Knight reveal? I was reading it as Pearl exists to cast ambiguity onto the obvious Death Knight reveal. Like, she can't be a red herring if she comes second. It's like a psych out. Because without Chapter 4, it would have been the most unambiguous Death Knight reveal you could ever hope for. And then it turns into like, but maybe, but what if? Hear me out now. It's like, shut the fuck up, Carol. Get out. It's like... She's so annoying about that. God damn it. Desping the Knight isn't obvious for casual players. I guess the fucking bat is like one line of dialogue. Maybe it is. Like, if this is not supposed to be an obvious Death's reveal, then like it actually makes me more confident that this is actually supposed to be the Knight. Because that means it's like... Because that means that Carol's actually a fucking red herring. That's so funny. That's really funny, actually. Okay, I'm looking away from chat. It doesn't seem like the discussion is productive in there. I have to fight. HP is low across the board. What's this do? That's pretty good, actually. It's getting cold in my room. It's immersive. The window's still open. It's like 1 in the morning. Oh my god. That was like a special animation at play. What the fuck? That's another revivement. We're so back. We're so dead. It's so over. Stay. It still hits you. The hitboxes are big. We lived though. It's actually not bad. Rudy Knight. That's the bespoke take. The ascendant take. Rudy Knight. Noel Knight, dude. I don't hear any Noel Knight truthers. Very interesting. Your loss here is all but guaranteed. And yet, you persist. If you are so determined to try once more, then shall we hasten?
Yeah. Put me back in, coach. Put me in, coach.
I think Noel Night is like the new fucking... I can't think of a stupider idea than that. Hey, Antlers, it's 1 in 4 chance, right? 1 in 4 chance of being right. Jockington Night? We're being serious, Half-Bred. Jockington doesn't have antlers. Like, Noelle is the the goofiest idea I can picture someone actually arguing for. I'm trying to picture... It's like... She has to be a pretty fucking good actor. These ones fucking up because of how slow they are. God damn it, Susie. Chris Knight. It's the horned headband. The knight as an entire entity was the horned headband all along. Ralsei is actually just an antlion. Hear me out, guys. Antenna Night. Those actually aren't antlers, they're broadcast antennas. And you ever see Tenna and the Knight in the same room together? Didn't think so. Tenna falls downward off the screen, then interpolates to the right, and then rises back up in the form of the Knight. That's actually what happens. Did I hold breath already? Obviously I did. Okay. Damn it. Fucking hell, sometimes this attack just works and sometimes it just doesn't. It really doesn't work. Looking ahead does seem to help a little bit. It still hits you. It always hits you. Gift Trot. No, I did beat Chapter 4. This is like my 3rd or 4th playthrough of Chapter 3. And I've played Chapter 4, 1.75 times? It's a bit hard to describe. The Knight is still, despite all evidence to the contrary, Oberon Smog. We're winning. It's still Alvin, guys. It's still Alvin. We can still win. What do I do? Fucking hell. We're fine. I lived. You gotta dodge the easy ones. Fuck. What do I do? There we go. Fuck, I was too late. Oh no. I should memorize when this attack happens so I can defend. Not that it would necessarily help. I'm doing something really stupid, Shattuck. I got the item that makes this battle, like, plausibly doable, and then I just didn't use it. Because it's funny. With the mantle, it's the hardest fight in the games, and this is just dumb. This is dumb. Let's go. That's pretty easy. I always go to act first. Stop it. Stop doing that. So precise, fuck. Whew. Okay. Now the hitless run ends. It's like the fourth attack is always this one. I should just defend. That actually wasn't so bad. Then you get the easy one, which can still hit you. Fuck. Okay, that was bad. I'm not going to attack with Susie unless I have a Rude Buster. Do I have another executive buffet? I don't. Unfortunate. Is it worth a spin cake? Probably not. Fuck it, I'll heal prayer. Big open space. Nice. Do I blow an item on Ralsei? Probably not. Ralsei is unfortunately kind of expendable in this fight. Okay, you messed up picking a fight with us. It's a scary attack. There goes Ralsei. We're not bringing him back. He's dead forever now. The next one after that is even scarier. It's 2 back-to-back scary attacks. And that's death. I'm not acknowledging the existence of a bat denier. That's not a thing. We're not doing that. Let's go. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, the opening's becoming kind of scripted. Oh fuck. Yep, yep. Good, good, good. Chris and Rousey defending is just good for having more health. The more defending players, the better. For the HP economy, you know? It's all about the economy. Scary, but we're in a good position here. Dude, X to slow down is bullshit. It's fake. Don't do it. Just tap. All slowing down with X does is, like, if you get into the swords, it takes forever to get back out of them. You can't control it quickly enough. I think I have enough to heal prayer here, actually. Exactly enough. Perfect. And then it's the slash. I'm getting the order kind of memorized. Fuck, that should not have hit me, come on. We're fine. When Susie first starts talking, it's an easy attack, though. Oh! I need to heal. Okay, use the buffet. It's 2 scary attacks in a row here, I believe. If possible, I should defend next turn. Okay, this is great, actually. Everyone fucking defend. What? You don't even move. You barely move. That's the trick. You move like once. Oh my god. Oh my god. You have to move like twice ever in that attack. The flavor text tells you? I thought the flavor text was just different each time. Okay, focus. Still doing pretty well. I think I can afford attacking with Chris. Makes no, just defend it. Even if it doesn't give you TP, defending is better. Okay, Rude Buster and then Heal Prayer. Efficient. This one is dodgeable, but it's scary if you fuck it up. Very scary. This is the furthest I've been, I think. Fuck. That's okay. I think the light candy is all I need. So give up. Bit of a breather. Uh-oh, but it's the scary version. I don't like that. Sometimes it works. I don't know what hit me. We're all still alive. Somehow. I think pop an AoE heal now. Might as well. I don't have the buffet anymore. Oh no, wait, it's a spin cake. I don't want to waste the spin cake. You know what, fuck it. Heal prayer. I'm gonna have all these fucking items when I die, but it's efficient, goddammit. Come on. There's a lot more to go. Diagonal. That's scary. I don't know how to dodge that fucking attack. Okay. We're alive. Still don't use the spin cake, just keep Susie alive. Ralsei is like, it's never going to be done for Susie. It's roleplay friendly. You won't even say a thing, huh? That's what we need to see. That's what you need. Bust it. Man, I'm done talking. Okay, now the sword tunnel is back. Very bad news, actually, for us. The sword tunnel is back. Look at it. It still hits you at the end. I hate that. Okay, this is the first revivement that I've had to use, though. If I can get back on my feet, this is, like, a very good attempt. It's all about whether I can recover from this. A very lucky pattern that time. Oh, okay. I haven't seen this attack so far. It's actually not hard to dodge. It just surprised me. We're doing it, we're doing it, we're doing it. We're max TP. Sure, spin cake. Sure, spin cake. We're getting close. Another easy one, relatively speaking. Okay, that's fine. This sounds to me like a big blade corridor attack. It sounds to me like that. Oh, it's a bisect? That's equally bad. I'm double defending. This is, like, almost as scary as the blade corridor, honestly. Does a lot of damage. No diagonals, that's actually really lucky. Okay, okay, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine. As long as you're ahead of those, it's easy. If you get desynced, it's fucked. Okay, 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 okay. This is it. If I survive this, we made it. And this attack is not as hard to dodge as some of them. Fuck. I got my controls mixed up there. That might be really hard to do without holding your breath, actually. And now they explode. I lived, bitch. Damn it. Not enough for a Rude Buster. I'm pretty sure this just wins. I'm pretty sure you just kill it. And if it doesn't, then oops. Oops. Fuck you. Alright, well that didn't take 12 hours. Can we extract any new lore from these animations it's doing? We actually beat it? It's kind of a waste to do this on the run where I actually did the whole fucking sword route. What, don't tell me you've had enough already. Come on, we were just getting started. He says on like 1/4 health. I don't know what the fuck that was, but it was pretty cool. Des is the batter from off, you get it. Not so tough now, are you? I think she's pretty tough still. How could you... Okay. Before I progress the text box... Insane... I don't know what to make of this time. Does that slash animation not look like it's coming from the left side of the screen? And Ralsei looking at Chris, saying, how could you? You could say Ralsei's just looking at Susie. But why would he say that to the knight? The knight obviously wants to kill them. Why would he ask that? Pay attention to the slash animation. It's coming from the back of the screen. It's coming from behind them, like clearly. Ralsei never brings it up again, though. That may be important. That's so cool. That fucking brief cut. We know that Chris is on the knight's side in some extent. We know that Ralsei might know that Chris is on the knight's side to some extent. Or maybe we don't... Maybe... I don't fuck it. It's so hard. It's so complicated. It's so complicated. Every character is three different motivations that they could act on at any one time. Ralsei doesn't stop the weird route. You're right. If it's not coming from where Chris is, then where the fuck is it coming from? Toriel? It's coming from the left side of the screen. Is there a second knight? That was the Noel Knight. This is the Death Knight. The Noel Knight was behind them waiting the whole time. The whole holiday family is actually in the dark world right now. Oh no. No, you can't. You can't take her. and I've harped on this so far in the stream, but note when Undyne appears, the knight's reaction is not to point a purple tractor beam at her to ambiguous effect. Hey, you stop, please! Wait, what the hell's going on here? Is that a Yeek quote? You've got some explaining to do, punk! Is to turn into a fucking albatross and just instantly take her in 1 second. In 0.1 seconds. Just instantly. So, like, what the fuck was it doing with Toriel? And Undyne is not knocked unconscious. She is still yelling. She is still alive. I don't get what this is. Check Toriel? It just says she's sleeping peacefully. Hey. Hey, where the hell are you going? Her face contorted. It looks like she's having a nightmare. Oh, well. The point is she's asleep.
Somehow I thought we won for a moment. That we would be able to end this battle here and now. You were so brave, and yet, in the end, our struggle, it's only beginning, isn't it? Isn't it, Chris?
I really like how raw that dialogue is, actually. If Ralsei, like, did realize... If Chris betrayed them and Ralsei realized it, he's either has amnesia from head trauma or is just determined not to bring it up for some reason. Got the Shadow Crystal and the Black Shard. They are different. Don't worry, Susie, I'll be there in a sec. I want my cool items. There we go. Yeah, the Black Shard doesn't change in the light world. Use it? I don't think it... Wait, can you? Oh shit. I never thought of this. You held the crystal up to your eye. For some strange reason, for just a brief moment, you thought you saw the television get smashed to pieces. So that's just the light world. It's the usual thing. It shows what happened in the light world. The TV was smashed. Can't see anything. Chris, there's some kind of door here. What's the egg status? There's an egg in both chapters. Do you think there's different dialogue with or without an egg? I don't know. I've only... Well, no, I've done it with an egg and without an egg now. It looked the same. Not the dialogue, the status? Oh, it's, enjoying the days of youth, I think. We're in the light world. It changed? I missed it. Wait. Chris, I still see someone. They're down there. Okay, so this is bonkers. If that fucking thing, the knight, just left the dark world, what the fuck did it turn into in the light world? Like... if it's the mayor, we literally have Mayor Holiday dragging, like, Undyne through the streets. I kind of don't think it's the mayor. If it's not the mayor, then someone is, like, what happened exactly? And why is Undyne incapacitated now? Alive and conscious Undyne? Yeah, like, if the knight brought Undyne into the dark world to incapacitate her because she's too strong in the light world, we never see her get incapacitated. Like, that's the one thing we don't see. Like, she was fine. There's so much that doesn't make sense. An accomplice outside? That would work. That would literally work if they handed it off like that.
Down here past the church.
If the black shard stays, the knight would too?
Hey, open up. Undyne. Officer Undyne, say something. Hey, this is a joke, right? You're about to come out of there, right?
I don't think it's Asgore. That's the one guy I really don't think it is. Asgore knows about this shit, but he's not like... He's trying to figure it out. He's not like running to and from the bunker from dark fountains. Like that's not what he's on.
What the hell is this? Some sort of electronic lock? Chris, what the hell is going on? Why did they take Undyne in here? And why were they trying to take Toriel?
I did see the secret scenes with Asgore, but it seemed like he was trying to, like... He was putting together a conspiracy corkboard. Asgore is not, like, hanging out in the dark world with fucking Des in the form of, like, a bizarre shadow creature. Like, I think if Asgore still needed to explore, like, sneak around in the Holiday Manor, then he wouldn't be doing this. He does have a black shard. We don't know where that came from, though. That could be a relic from all the way back when all this first went down in the first place. Well, didn't he say in the bathroom, like, I should go look? The fact that he was, like, doing that while everyone is out of the house. Carol also has a conspiracy board. The katana isn't black. Wait, is there a second katana? In the real world, the black shard, it is, I forget. I think it's not that descriptive. It just describes it like a triangle. There's another fucking katana? Why are there two katanas?
What the hell are they doing, Chris? Like, if the cops... It's no good. The door's solid steel. This weird panel. If we could just get someone to tell us how it works. But we can't, right?
We can't tell anyone about this, right? Because you saw that smoke, right, Chris? There's gotta be a dark world in there. If anyone else went in there, they'd... Toriel, she's still in there. Damn it. I hate to give up here, Chris, but I... Let's just go seal that fountain. Do we even know Asgore's objective? We know that Asgore... He implies that... It's not even directly implied that it's when Des went missing. It's probably that. We can probably assume that. Like, whenever Des went missing, it sounds like he's the only one... The only, well, the only one besides the 5 other people who apparently know, how it happened. And he's kind of become like a conspiracy nut trying to prove it, because he probably saw something about dark fountains. Like, Asgore had seen something impossible, and no one believes, like, what really happened. And so we can't really solve it in his capacity as a police chief, because the fucking solution to the case is that Des got eaten by Gaster or something. And so he's been trying to go extrajudicially solve it this whole time, it sounds like. And that's what caused everyone to start turning away from him, basically. On the shelter was a strange panel. It looked like a digital security lock. There were 3 entry fields and 3 symbols beside them. One had a pine tree beside it. Okay, is Carol helping Asgore because she knows what he saw? I can't imagine that Carol actually... Okay, this is the logic, right? If Carol was directly working with Asgore, like as a partnership, and they both had the same info on the table, Carol is on the level of, like, she knows that there's a fucking player soul in Chris, and makes phone calls about making dark fountains like it's fucking nothing. And Asgore is like, one day I can make them believe me, the real truth. Like, if Asgore was working with the mayor, who already fucking obviously knows exactly what the solution is, he wouldn't have to prove that to the town. Yes, I think Carol is keeping Asgore in the dark. Maybe leveraging him for his access to certain resources or knowledge, but Carol is not giving Asgore the information that he actually needs to make progress. Carol and Des have a thing for heart-shaped objects. Yes. Yes, in Des's closet, there's 4 billion red hearts. And it lampshaded the fact that Carol collected red heart pillows. But why are they in Des's closet? Why are they in there? It seems like everyone is working together but also separately. They're working together but against each other. There's nothing as simple as a straightforward alliance anymore. Tricky Tony giving me a headache, pretty much. Noel talks about Chris borrowing the heart pillow and pretending to tear it out. Is that just funny foreshadowing, or was that, like, deepest lore? I don't know. Why do they collect heart pillows? Like, why? There's a second Chris in the closet? That's probably a bug, right? I don't think we want to... There's actually 2 Chris's. I don't know about that. It sounds like a bug. I don't want to think about second Chris theory right now. This is how Krait can still win. Chris was the knight all along because there's 2 of them. No. No, the person who carried Dante to the bunker was also Chris. No.
Toby, I'm going to hurt myself.
Okay, I have to calm down. That's why Chris and the knight are allies, is because both of them are Chris. Okay, we're not talking about that anymore. So yeah, the conspiracy, it's closer to Hot Fuzz than it is to, like, fucking Final Fantasy, it feels like. How many people are in on it? Like, Asgore and Carol are a little bit in cahoots. Carol and Chris are fully in cahoots. If the knight and Carol are separate, which I still think they probably are, they're in cahoots, probably. Because the knight is handing off, is either going to the bunker or handing off Undyne to the bunker lords. It's like a massive conspiracy. And the Red Soul was probably caused by Des because of the lyrics of the fucking Bat song. That's the weirdest part, almost, is like... Like, how is Des the lost girl, but also, like, one of the most agency-having things in the story? Like, if this conspiracy is trying to, like, save Des, for example, then why is, like... Des doesn't seem to need that much saving? Like, she can do a lot of shit. Oh yeah, Molly said that she was gonna data mine the new, see if there's any new voices in the code. Do you know about that, Half-Bred? Have you checked if there's a new, unused script? She's in some weird corrupted state. I mean, yes, true, fair, valid. If that is the extent to which she is lost, then we're all good. The unused, there's a few. Yeah, I'd appreciate you sending that, because I don't know what it is. Because that was everyone's initial guess, right? Was that the voice in the code was Des. I don't know if that's dead or not. It's not, like, definitively not true, even if Des is the fucking knight, but... That could be, like, what initially happened. And then she started girl bossing, I guess. Oh, yeah, send it in Discord DMs, that'll work. Like Des fell into the fucking void and then got super cool powers. You're like, I was born in the dark. Like, some shit like that.
I have nothing to do with it.
Okay, so people are saying... this is all Chapter 4 stuff. I wish I could talk about it then. Oh, Deltarune Illuminati? That works too. That's fine, that's fine. That's fine. Oh, there it is, there it is. Okay, let's see. It says, what is this place anyway? How did I get here? As if I haven't asked that question a billion times already. I I always did have that nightmare. Walking into the darkness, with the light shining from the doorway. Then the door slams behind me. Everything goes black. Is this that nightmare? Or was everything else a dream? Okay, that's pretty heavy. That's pretty good. That's pretty fucking good, I like that. But first, €5 from Domagage Plays. Thank you. In my honest €5 opinion, Susie rage baited Knight enough for the Knight to lock in and speed blitz them from behind. But like, why not just do that from the start? I don't, like, if the Knight could just teleport behind them, why didn't it just teleport behind them and get fucking Toriel? Okay, I'm like 3 levels deep into derailment here. Okay, the unused text. Walking into darkness with light shining from the doorway. Entering a dark fountain. That's what it sounds like. It's like chapter 1. They go into the closet and the only source of light is the open door behind them. They got stuck in a dark world. But what dark world? What dark world is that empty? That there's just nothing fucking in it? Yeah, if that is the Knight and or Des... Oh, the bunker. Oh, maybe the bunker. Okay, it could be the bunker. True, valid. True and valid. There's also a whole bunch of other shit consider in these 2 chapters, and including the teaser before the chapter's released, about the tree. And how fucked up the tree guy is, and how Chris has all these repressed memories, the children got lost where the trees would grow, they followed the pointed tail, and something real bad went down. That's another option of like, okay, things that could make Des be eaten by Gaster and turn into Knight, hypothetically. There's like bunker, and there's that now. That's extremely hard to parse compared to just the bunker eated you, right? If it was just the bunker, how the fuck did she get in there? I have to ask. It's kind of hard to get into the bunker. Another $2 or €2 to say it's called aura farming. I see. They were exploring the woods together. Yep. Maybe Gaster was doing a dark world with door open? Yeah, it's... For some reason, exploring the woods, like... That being related to a bunker thing, that always kind of made sense. It was like the best we could do, but like, the bunker isn't really in the woods. Like, it's a pretty... There's like a big path leading to it. It's surrounded by trees, but like... If you were exploring the woods, does that mean like a bunker that you could just walk to without even going through the woods? It doesn't sound like that's necessarily the same. It's as in the woods as a video game can do without being torment. I guess. But like the other text we're getting about the children getting lost in the forest, like you don't get lost here, it's a straight fucking line. This isn't a woods that you would get lost in. A lost woods, per se. If they got lost, maybe the mayor had the trees cut down? Carol does do shit like that. That's a bit of a stretch. Like, that's a lot of tree stumps to take out. That's a lot of tree stumps. Where the trees... I know, where the forest would grow is such a weird wording. But it's also not where the forest grew. They didn't get lost where the forest once grew, or where it grew. It's where it would grow. It's phrased hypothetically. What was here before the shelter? The shelter looks really fucking old. I was sort of always assumed the shelter is older than anyone in the town. It's got, like, vines growing on it and shit. Like, the shelter is something that, like, the neighborhood kids grew up daring each other to go look at and stuff, right? It would get reclaimed by trees? Not that quickly. It would get overgrown, but trees don't really propagate that quick. But in any case, I don't think the bunker and the incident with the tree guy are compatible regardless. Because one guy was behind a tree. And this is a bunker. You're not sure why tree guy's getting pulled in? The chapter 4 egg area. The guy you talk to, the little, like, the bishop dude, I don't know what you call him, it has lines, it gives you an anagram for the longer version of the quote from the teaser website. And it says, I unscrambled it, let me get my notes. I wrote it down. It's an anagram that can only really be unscrambled in one way. Lost where the forest would grow, the children followed the pointed tail. The poor children. And that is in the same area as the man behind the tree. And in the teaser we got before the chapters, that page, the poor children, lost where the forest would grow, all those pages led to the tree. Images of the trees. And so it seems pretty tightly linked. The incident where the children became lost culminated in the man behind the tree. And we see kind of explicitly that Chris actually went to therapy for that. Like, it was definitely some sort of traumatic experience. The pointed tail is the most mysterious part. Like, we've heard nothing about that. There's been no allusions to a pointed tail so far in the story. So I think... I don't know if you do anything with that for now, but, like... It is tail, yeah. The tail that should not be followed is another... I think it's flavor text somewhere, I forget where it shows up, but... Someone says the tail that should not be followed. So there's something about this tail. It's a big deal. It's I-L. It's definitely T-A-I-L. I did check the spelling. Jevil? T-A-I-L, tail. In both cases. I guess Jevil has a pointed tail, but what would Jevil be doing? Oh, Jevil's tail is a T. Yes, it's not even pointed. So, I don't know what to do with the tail. But the point is, lost in the forest, children, tree man, bad shit, trauma, therapy, and Chris doesn't remember the memories properly. that's what we gotta work with there. You thought of what to do with the tail and it's weird? Who has a tail? Susie has a tail, but most people have tails, let's be real. Like, Noelle has a tail, Susie has a tail, Jockington has a tail, Caddy has a tail. A pointed one, though. That's more specific. The knight does not seem to have a tail. Gaster 666 Devil? Are you sure you're not being influenced by the fucking, Is it Hugh Cycles who draws Gaster as an axolotl with a tail? I know that devils have pointed tails. It is a thing. I'm not sure. I don't think it works if Susie. I don't think that works. I don't think Susie was leading them into the forest. You've not seen that. The Cheshire Cat? Friend somehow comes back? Honestly, that's not the stupidest idea. Considering Friend is still so like, I bet you'd like to know what this is. I'm not gonna lie, if Gaster is like a pointy-tailed, cloven-hooved devil, because 666, I'm gonna be unhappy. I think I will, I'm not gonna really be thinking too far down that line. That sounds really actually kind of pretty stupid. No, I wouldn't prefer Sexy Man Gaster. I just prefer Gaster not to be like the devil from The Simpsons. The Washing Hands, Chapter 4A. You have to wash your hands after painting. I don't know. It almost works. It almost, if we like, okay, Chris is painting allegory, dark fountain, spilling ink, hands covered in ink, wash your hands afterward. If Chris made the dark fountain before washing their hands in chapter 2, okay, that's maybe a little bit of something, but they wash their hands first. Chris has a thing in general with washing their hands, yes. Is that why washing their hands comes up? It seems to be related to whatever that fucking therapy room was in chapter 4. Susie's Dark Fountain with the color palette? We got one line for that. It said the lighting of your mind has changed. I think all that's meant to convey is that, like, if you make a dark fountain twice after sealing it, it's a different perspective on the same space. Like, you can't go back to seeing the same objects in the same way again. Something like that. Susie is colorblind? I'm not sure there's a kind of colorblindness that looks like that. Susie's fountain just kind of had muted reds, it seemed. Chris remade it and it was the same? When? We've only seen one dark fountain be remade. And both had the same palette? The theme with the second Dark Fountain in Chapter 2, it was explicitly like upside down world. It was like a gimmick. The gimmick of that world was that it was like a mirror version of what you'd already seen. So I'm inclined to write that off as just like it emphasizes the fact that it's a bizarro version of the first Dark Fountain. That's why the colors are different. I don't really know what else you could glean from that. Like, the color changes, like what is... If that's deepest lore, what the fuck is it? I don't see what that says. The 1 and 3 Sanctuary, the same color palette? Well, those were different fountains. They're two different ones. Only the second fountain was a copy of an existing previous fountain, which makes it different. Like, it was in the same exact space. Wait, did the colors go back once you beat the fake Gerson? The crickets do not sound like Gaster's theme. Yeah, Chris couldn't have made the Chapter 4 fountain. There's no way that works. Why have the colors only been switched for Susie? It's not because of Susie. That's what I'm saying. I think Susie is irrelevant. It's the fact that it's a second fountain made in the same space as a previously sealed fountain. And it needed to emphasize the fact that it was like the remix of that Dark Fountain. I think it was more so just a gameplay kind of gimmick. Or, gameplay is the wrong word. It was to hammer home what the intent was. This ain't your grandma's Chapter 4 Dark Fountain number 1. One and 3 had the same colors, but those were in different rooms. Those were different fountains. I think you're focusing too much on this. It's okay if you want to pursue that, but I don't really know what to do with it. I don't think the fountains merged. There were still two fountains. They were just adjoining each other. They were still separated by a door. The grand doors seem to be like the definitive boundaries between the edges of fountains and the light world or other fountains. It's fairly consistent, I think. I don't know what you mean anymore about the third fountain restoring the first world. They never went back to the first world. They went to the first world. They sealed that fountain because the knight went into the other room, the second fountain. And so they're like, okay, well the fountain's gone. We have to bring the fountain back. They make the new fountain. It's a remixed version of the first fountain. The knight's still in the other room. And then they go into the new other fountain, which was the same as it was to begin with. You can go back? Oh, you can go back through the door? I don't fucking know. That is just confusing at that point. At that point, I don't know. I think it's Tricky Tony. I think Tricky Tony didn't think that hard, bro. I don't know what else to do with that. I just don't think there's a great future in pursuing fountain color theory. I don't think there's really much to be gained from that. I just don't see. Like the weird color palette in the second fountain, it culminates in the weird spooky fight against like the statue. It's a tonal necessity to have the weird colors. I don't think it's a mechanical process. I think it's just the fact that a tone was desired in the second fountain that was not desired for the final sequence. Like, that's all I can really give. No, the spooky fight is, like, I mean, like, in the study, it's all green and weird and shit. Okay, can we... I don't want to talk about the colors anymore. We're continuing. Okay, one had a pine tree, one had an officer's badge, one had the Deltarune. This is weird because, okay, the pine tree, obviously the mayor. The police badge, obviously Undyne and also Asgore, probably. The Deltarune, that could be like 10 things. The Deltarune could be Toriel. It could be anyone like Alvin from the church. It could be Susie from the prophecy. It could literally be, well, I don't, it's unclear why it would be Toriel. Like, Toriel's thing isn't the Deltarune. Like, Toriel doesn't own the Deltarune. Like, any religious family in the town has a Deltarune. Like, Noelle has a Deltarune carpet in her bedroom. And so, like, why would Toriel be given the special privilege of, like, the Deltarune symbol? Toriel also isn't, like, an institution. Besides being a school teacher, I guess. The church seems like more of an institution that would be trusted with the secret code. In that case, though, why aren't they kidnapping Alvin? I guess we don't know if they specifically didn't kidnap Alvin. We never see him again after the church service. What if they got Alvin and no one fucking noticed? No, the code they were looking for in Alvin's office was just the padlock for the door. It wasn't the bunker. Yeah, the Dark World at his church, but apparently no one was inside. Like, they didn't actually capture anyone in the Dark World. I guess Alvin just lives somewhere else. Like, he has a house, I guess, but that's kind of... It's a bit weird still. Like, maybe he just went home. Before the service? They did want to break in, I guess. I guess Alvin's still a lead for the code, potentially. But it seems like if that was possible, then, like, it's not going to be in the office, because we went in there, and there's just filing cabinets, and Susie's like, yeah, it would take too long to look through those, so... It's not like we can go back in there and the code will magically be there. Yeah, why does Alvin have a corpse in his office? That's another, good question. Is Alvin also in on it? Is Alvin Knight real after all, but only because Alvin's part of the fucking Hot Fuzz cult? Yeah, and if you went through the fucking trouble of digging up his dad's ashes from the graveyard to get revived in the Dark Fountain, and then didn't even fucking show up to, like, meet his reanimated corpse? Like, what is that? Like, that's bizarre. Like, why wasn't he there? Maybe it was never buried, but why wouldn't it be? It seems like the funeral customs, we see the funeral customs in the library in this chapter, is like you bury the object with the dust on it. It's about returning it to the earth, it's mentioned, so keeping it in a jar seems not normal. And also, if it was supposed to be in the jar, why was Alvin kneeling at the grave and saying, "Is it right for this hammer to symbolize?" Like, why was he talking to the grave if the hammer was in a different fucking room? Carol told him to? I mean, if it's part of the conspiracy, then that explains everything, right? If it's not part of the conspiracy, that's weird. But if it was, then, like, why? Why did they need him there? If that was like Carol told him to, why did they want Gerson? Gerson only helped them. If Alvin did it for his own reasons, why wasn't he there to meet Gerson? That seems like it would have been a pretty good motivation to do that, but he just didn't show up. You think Alvin being kidnapped is the only thing that makes sense? Okay, idea. This is extrapolative. Idea. What if the Night Gang, the posse, the cult show up, they're like, "Hey Alvin, I got a fucking deal for you. Check this out. We can bring your dad back. We can fix your daddy issues. All you have to do is bring up his, like, corpse hammer into your desk and let us make a giant evil dark fountain in your church after hours." And he's like, "Alright, I have daddy issues and I'm insecure, so I will allow this." They do that. They immediately just kidnap him. Like, the Knight immediately just kidnaps him. He never meets Gerson, and he's in the bunker now. And that's why he had it. Maybe? It's mildly plausible. We got a dono, though. Hang on. €5 from Domagoj again. To return to the Night Light World thing, 3 options. A, someone stronger than Undyne. B, Dark World velocity carried over to Light World. C, compliance. Like, Undyne was also... Undyne was not in on that. She was fucking yeeking out. You don't yeek out if you're in on the plan. Stronger than Undyne? Undyne is implied to be, like, fucking invincible in the Light World, so... It seems a little bit dubious that they would just be able to easily manhandle her into the bunker. Like, she lifts cars for fun. Dark World velocity carried over? I don't know what the fuck that means. We'll bring your father back. We need you to do unspecified thing in the bunker. And they just trapped him in the bunker. I think that's a little bit... If their MO, we see in their MO so far, for some reason, we don't know why it works. Get Lightner into the Dark World, the Knight shows up, they get stuffed into the bunker. We don't know why that workflow works for them, but apparently it just fucking works, okay? So, like, if they wanted to get Gerson, we'd assume... Alvin. I think we should assume they would be using the same MO for both cases. Because if they could just bait you into the bunker, you'd think they would have tried that with Undyne. Like, the mayor could just... The mayor has the police in her pocket, right? Just like, Undyne, investigate the bunker. It's like, okay, maybe she would just go in. So, I think, assuming it was some sort of duplicitous plot, getting Alvin into the Dark World under the pretenses of meeting his revived father seems to me more likely. Oh yeah, they gave Gerson a fucking shadow crystal. Why? Why did she do that? Why did the Knight do this? Did she think that he would go insane and hinder the heroes? Did they want him to flip out? Carol is trying to bring Des back and used Alvin to test a theory by using Gerson's remains. Maybe? But if we have, like, that's kind of like, if Des was just dead, I don't think we'd have a lot of these problems right now. I think Des is way more than dead. The plan was we'll get Toriel back together with you, Asgore, and in return we need you, the bunker, police badge code. I don't think it works as well if they're just making vague promises, though. If they're just saying, like, we will give you X thing you want, like a biblical temptress. That's not quite as compelling as, like, we will literally bring your dad back from the dead immediately. And it would have worked. It would have worked, literally, if they didn't kidnap him. Like, Asgore, I can see them stringing Asgore along in terms of, like, Carol is clearly supporting Asgore, doesn't shut him down entirely. And I can see Asgore, giving Carol the bunker code. But Carol has her own bunker code, though. Like, what the fuck? We don't even know if you need all 3 codes or if you just need one of the codes. They're acting like you need all 3 of them, but what if it's like an OR gate? Like, any one of the codes will open it. It's probably you need all 3. Like, I assume they wouldn't just mislead us about that. Well, apparently Des knew the code if she's in the bunker. I'm not sure she's literally in the bunker, if, like, I mean, as the inciting incident. How does anyone ever use the bunker? Exactly. It's like, how to... that's a lot of codes to get in there. I think what happens here is it opens from the inside. Yeah, like in this scene, I think it opens for Chris explicitly, because Susie's gone. And so whoever's inside just goes like, alright, Chris, get in here. We have to do our briefing for the next chapter, or something. They took Undyne so we can't open the bunker? Well, okay, that kind of works, except in Chapter 4 there's a line about sacrificing the police, so it's like, they don't just want to hold Undyne in there to stop you from getting in. They're doing something nefarious. Police sacrifice next week, like literally that quote. My theory about how we got Undyne here. How did we get Undyne here? $5 from some dude Wilson. Thanks. Maybe Gerson was set up to change the way Susie thinks about her old. No. That's too Palpatine. That's way too Palpatine. That's way too 4-dimensional chess, dude. Like, reviving a guy from the dead who is a good teacher who will happen to meet the hero and happen to impart just the right lesson. That's so specific. It's such a specific aim. That feels like fucking, yeah, Phantom Menace. Ralsei can move from Dark World to Dark World without going through the Light World. What if the Knight actually did? We pick up Undyne and zip over to the shelter. But then why does Susie see someone carrying Undyne through the street? It seems like that's, like, Susie was chasing someone. If they could just teleport like Ralsei does through the Dark Worlds, then, well, one, the Knight wouldn't go through the door. I don't think that works. Another 10 euros from Domagoj Plays. Alright, thank you. Asgore is stronger. The Knight slammed into Undyne at high speeds. In Undertale, Asgore is stronger, but, like, I don't... Okay, I'm not buying that Undyne was literally hit like a golf ball and arced smoothly. Susie said someone is running down the street. Like, it's just textual. She just says that. There is someone running down the street. We were not throwing Undyne like a shot put into the bunker and, like, slam dunking her into the doors. Like, that's not what happened. Undyne, shocked by Knight's identity, did not fight back. I don't... That's flimsy as fuck. It's all flimsy. It's way too flimsy. I'm sorry. It's very difficult to parse. Like, there's one of two scenarios. Either that fucking creature, that shadow demon beast, just popped out as like a lightner and ran here. Or it handed it off to an accomplice who also somehow smuggled Undyne. Undyne is Des, and Undyne chases... Wait, no, the knight is Des. Okay, the worms. And Undyne chases them into the bunker. It doesn't... It seems like if they wanted to just escape Undyne, they wouldn't have taken her on the back of the Grand Phoenix Express. That does not seem accurate. The shadow creature beast is so corrupted they can somehow move around in the light world. It seems like if they could just move around in the light world, it's like... What's even the big deal? Like, why do you need to even get them to the dark world in the first place if you have, like, this crazy fucking... like, Deoxys Pokemon just zipping around the light world and grabbing people? There must be some limitation with the dark world. There has to be. There must be a reason to have to trap Undyne in the dark world, and Toriel. If that thing could just appear in the light world and do whatever the fuck it wanted, they wouldn't need to go through all those steps. Undyne is Death's new theory. Okay, 5 biggins. I'm gonna interpret that as a biggin dollar from Gone Fishing. Thank you. Unrelated, but there is a hidden interaction in Chapter 5 where Susie sees an image of the angel, and she said, what the fuck is that? Yes, I saw that. I don't know what that means. Everyone thought that the angel was going to be the thing in the trailer, right? With the Seraphim thing? That's just the Titan, though. So that's not even the angel. What the fuck is the angel? Another dono as well. There's lots of donos. £5 from Joshua Forrest. Thank you. It seems Undyne was the intended... It doesn't seem like Undyne was the intended target. It seems like they were trying to kidnap Toriel. But that's what I've said this a lot of times on the stream, but, like, it doesn't make sense, though. We have the knight take so fucking long to get there. Ages and ages, like hours to get there. Tenna needs to keep them occupied. Toriel is just asleep. If the knight showed up at any point during those, like, literal hours they were fucking around, it could have just grabbed her and left. That's literally it. The fact that the knight only shows up right when Undyne also is about to arrive, and then, like, it doesn't grab Toriel. When Undyne shows up, instantly, boom, out of there. Just grabbed out of there within 1 second. When it's trying to get Toriel, it's like, I'm gonna shoot my purple beam at you, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing? It's stalling. It has to be stalling. Like, Toriel was bait. And if they didn't need Undyne, then Chris wouldn't have slashed the tires. Chris wouldn't have opened the door to raise suspicion. They needed Undyne in there. What is that purple beam? I have no fucking idea. I don't know. It seems like they don't use it to capture Undyne, so why? I don't think it does anything. It's a flashlight, dude. And, like, also, again, it doesn't seem like Toriel, the Deltarune symbol being Toriel doesn't actually make sense if you think about it. Like, Toriel wears a Deltarune, but it's just like wearing a cross if you're Christian. Like, that doesn't make Toriel uniquely the Deltarune NPC. If anything, that's Alvin. And also think about it, if this was set up like as like all the pillars of the community have to converge and agree to open this bunker, in the past that would have meant that Toriel and Asgore had 2 of the 3 codes. Like, Carol's not agreeing to that. That's a Dreamer majority. That's politically devastating. I think it makes more sense if the third one is either Alvin or some bullshit with the prophecy. Although I'm not sure how they'd make a digital keypad that takes the prophecy into account. The Dreamers, well, the Dreamers are religious, but a lot of people are religious. The whole town goes to church. They're not unique in that regard. Like, the Deltarune is the royal crest in Undertale. In Undertale, that's uniquely a Dreamer thing, but in Deltarune, everyone uses the Deltarune. It's a religious symbol. Yeah, Asgore already has the police code. Like, the Dreamers already have a code. They're chillin'. Also, cogent question, which I think we may have wanted to address earlier. Why do they need to get the codes if they already can get into the bunker? Like, if they're harvesting Undyne for her code, and they're storing her in the bunker, you need the code to open to get the code. That doesn't really make sense. Like, is it even about the code? Do they need Toriel for some other reason? I think the code is almost like it's signal jamming us here. Like, they obviously don't need Toriel for the code, if they need Toriel at all. But also, €20 donation, big donation. Thank you, Ralsei Mercedes.
Ralsei Mercedes Benz.
Directly involved list, we have Carol, Gaster maybe, Des, part of Des maybe, indirectly involved, manipulated, Asgore, Alvin, Eggman, Ralsei. I mean, this is the this is the type of shit that I'm writing down in my Google Docs right now. It's just like vague lists of people who have maybe aligned motivations. That is kind of the level we're on right now, is like just find any common ground between these people. Gerson could have had the code. I mean, if he did, he probably would have given it to Alvin when he died. I don't think he took it to his grave, probably. Another €10 from Salt. Holy shit. I should stay alive until the Europeans wake up more often. Thank you. Maybe the Knight needed to do the absorbing thing to Toriel, which can only do in the Dark World. That would explain why the Knight didn't just immediately take Toriel. Okay, maybe that's it. Maybe whatever the fuck the purple grape juice beam is, that's like something we don't even understand, but it's important. It's not just kidnapping. The Knight needed to, like, do the thing to Toriel for some reason. I don't know what that is. Like, we know they took Undyne to do a sacrifice. They explicitly mention that. Please sacrifice next week. Like, why are they sacrificing people? Soul extraction beam? Maybe? We don't know what the fuck that does. We have no idea. If they need souls, I mean, needing souls for a ritual is, that's, you know, that's tried and true. That seems right. Determination? That's sketchy. That's sketchy. All the Lighteners have enough determination to make a Dark Fountain, it seems. It really seems like anyone can fucking do it. And Undyne was notably determined in Undertale. That was a unique Undyne thing, but I'm not comfortable carrying that over to Deltarune and being like, yes, this is why they need Undyne. They abducted Undyne because there's no stopping her once she gets going? If abducting Undyne was just a case of like, oh shit, the cops showed up, emergency, we need to get rid of her. Again, that's still like, why did the Knight wait so long? The Knight had hours, the Knight only shows up as Undyne gets there. The Knight doesn't even grab Toriel and leave. The Knight grabs Undyne and leaves. And if Undyne is already under Carol's thumb, which Alphys indicates she is, if they're just kidnapping her to silence her or to keep her out of the investigation, surely Carol could have done that without literally kidnapping her and all that shit. Like, the Knight taking that long only makes sense to me if they were tailing Undyne. Like, if they were literally waiting for Undyne to show up before going in. Or at least waiting to see if she was going to leave before going in. You're saying that the Knight took so long, but Toriel called Undyne before the fountain was even made and she just showed up. Also strange. Yeah, why does Undyne take so long? That's not even Dark World time dilation. They have time to fucking have a sleepover and fall asleep, and the sun goes down, and Undyne still has not showed up to the house. So that's kind of a different mystery. No, the time factor is important because the whole point, literally the whole point of involving Tenna, of Chapter 3, everything you do in Chapter 3 was to stall the Lightners. It was all stalling tactics. If it was that important to stall, like, what was taking the Knight so long? Unless they had to stall for something else to happen that they couldn't control, such as Undyne coming. Because Toriel was there the whole time. They knew that Toriel would be in there. They didn't have to wait for anything to happen to get Toriel. If there's easier ways to kidnap Undyne, then why isn't there easier ways to kidnap Toriel? Yeah, but stalling for the Knight to arrive, why does the Knight take so fucking long? Why does the Knight arbitrarily need 3 hours to show up? And yes, Undyne can bench press cars. It's probably difficult to subdue her in the light world. We can at least assume that. And yeah, like, Tenna implies the Knight already talked to him too. Like, if the Knight was already fucking there, so why did it need them to stall to get Toriel, who was also there? Toriel was bait for Susie in Chapter 4. What was Chapter 4 about? Like, I don't even know what the Knight was doing in Chapter 4. It made the Titan to, again, stall them, but it waited for them to get there before it made the Titan. It wasn't just trying to destroy the world, obviously. What if the Knight can only leave the Dark World if it's midnight or really dark? Maybe? That's not the worst explanation. There's a line from Sham about you wouldn't want to be caught when the sun goes down, right? Sham has one weird line about that. And that's never really elaborated on. If the Knight can actually come out at night, the Night, then if that's the case, then, like, couldn't Chris have just opened the door and not made a dark fountain? Like, everyone was just asleep anyway. The Knight could have just kind of yoinked in there and, you know, done a thing. I mean, that's a better explanation than some stuff we've been tossing around, though. Yeah, okay, I think Purple Beam only works in Dark World. That's probably our best bet. That's assuming they did want Toriel. And that has to bypass a whole bunch of other bullshit about, like, why did it take so long to get there, but, like... If Purple Beam is really special, that at least gives some fucking reason for the Dark World to exist. Another 10 euros from Ralsei Mercedes. Could it be that the door in the church that a large person could fit through and Chris doesn't want to open it is related to why the Knight was there in the Dark World? I didn't even acknowledge that. Fuck me. Yeah, there's like a... It's totally implied that someone is hiding in the church. It's totally implied that someone is still hiding in the church, isn't it? I kind of forgot about that, to be honest. It could be the Knight, if the Knight does indeed just pop out of the fountain when you seal it. Although I don't see why the knight couldn't have just left if it wanted to. And if it can, like, the knight had plenty of time to leave while they were fighting the fucking Titan. It could have beat feet out of there. It also explains why they also made Chapter 2 found it has similar dialogue. Yes. Does anyone know what the fuck the Chapter 2 fountain was for at this point? Like, what were the Chapter 1 and 2 fountains even for? What, the knight wasn't there. Like, it wasn't doing anything. What was the point of that? Literally, why did they do that? Oh, hi, Molly. Wait, where'd the Molly comment go? I wanted to read that. Molly, where are you? I lost you. I can't find you, Molly. Where'd you go? Oh, there you were. We were thinking about that too. That fucking door that has a knight in it, possibly. That's all. Okay. Okay, someone said something interesting. Toriel ostensibly being in the Chapter 4 Dark World, that was their main motivation for going in there. If the intent was to draw Susie and Chris into the Dark World, then setting up Toriel as a false target would make sense, but like, but why? We don't even know what. If it wasn't to kidnap Alvin, then the Chapter 4 Dark World feels just as ambiguous and pointless as the Chapter 2 and Chapter 1 Dark World. Yeah, the fact that Toriel didn't go to the church that was out of the knight's control. That was something that Sans did. A trap to kill Susie? If they just want to kill the protagonists... No, that doesn't make sense. At the start of the chapter, they encounter the knight. If the knight wanted to kill them, it could do so. It clearly has the power to kill them if it wants to, but it stalls. It blocks them from going forward and it runs away. The knight is not behaving like something that just wants to kill the heroes. It's behaving like it wants the heroes to fuck off while it does something else. Also $5 from Sketchbeard. Noelle was originally going to go into the supply closet before Alfie's voluntold Susie to, then they tried again with the library to get Noelle in. Is it supposed to be Noelle? But... what does that even accomplish, though? Like, Queen was going to get Noelle to make another Dark Fountain, make a Titan. The Knight can just do that itself. It can just do that without Noelle. So if that was the goal, then that's not efficient, clearly. Like, what the fuck is it doing? What is it trying to do? Yeah, and why is Noelle not being sent to church with you if they need Noelle in there? Carol could clearly do that. Like, Carol has, I don't know what... she could somehow pull it off. If she wanted Noelle to be in the church, then she could do it. Yeah, we can safely rule out that the Knight's motivation is not just cause the roaring. That's clearly not it. They would have done that, like, ages ago. It's also not just kill the prophecy heroes, because it can do that easily. It already literally did. It just chose to let us live. I guess because Undyne showed up, it theoretically left, but, like... maybe I'm overestimating it, actually. It doesn't... it wins in a cutscene. But it is ostensibly trying to kill you through that whole fight, and you can die. Like, it will kill you when you get a game over. You think the knight is self-aware and playing the role knowingly the whole time. That's also kind of what I thought, because the prophecy, it just says the knight will fight the heroes. It doesn't really say anything about the knight trying to accomplish anything in particular, because the hero's goal is to banish the angels' heaven. Right? Like, what does the knight even have to do with that? Like, the knight, by fighting the heroes, is just playing along with the prophecy. It's not doing anything out of the ordinary. More euros, holy shit, from Ralsei Mercedes. It's very vexing that Noelle is kept out of the plan while her mother and Chris are probably involved. She tried so hard to look for her sister. I mean, that's true. I don't feel like I can spare the mental energy to unpack the holiday family dynamics right now. But yeah, it seems like Noelle's not in on it, for whatever reason. The thing is, if the knight is aware of the soul, it keeps going in loops, because, like, if the knight's goal is to kill you, you're working for it. Like, Chris is literally working for the knight. Like, Susie is the one that's actually independent. And who's... If anything, the soul seems like it's supposed to play into... No, yeah, the soul is playing into the Carol and the Knights and stuff. It's their plan. Because they need the soul for Chris to do stuff. Like, Chris has to essentially control the soul to make it do something useful. The soul's part of the prophecy. Yes, it's necessary for the prophecy. So they need the soul, but the soul doesn't necessarily want to work for them. We as the player are essentially being coerced into following what they want to happen, I think. Why would Chris discard the vessel and get themselves possessed? Well, I'm not sure that was literally Chris who caused that to happen, but having the soul be in a cage of their choosing. Like, if the soul was originally meant to be a neutral party, and then the Night Cult, the Cabal, the Night Gang, they say, never mind, yoink, then we're actually going to put the soul in, like, one of our own operatives, so to speak, then they can control it. The soul can still work against Chris, it's still like a pain in the ass, but they at least can control it and use its power to further their own ends, whatever that is. Yeah, the soul has the intent that we do, but what I'm saying is, like, the game is set up in a way that we do certain actions. They need the soul to seal the fountains, right? That's the one thing that it explicitly does. The soul seals the fountains. It can also probably reload? That's probably intrinsic to the soul, being able to reload the game. No, creating the fountains is not the soul's job. Susie can do that. Other people can do that. It doesn't need the soul. It specifically seals fountains, and it, like, manipulates all of space-time, which I guess is pretty useful. Yeah, Chris does know about the reloading, or maybe not literally, but Chris knows that the light is like a special power they have. Yeah, and it also protects from shadow. Like the light, the heart explicitly is like an anti-darkness implement. Stars create light. Yes, yes. Continue. Yeah, Chris knows of the save points. It's unclear exactly if they know what they do. Literally, they might. They could. But yeah, okay, so when you break it down like that, the soul literally gives you ultimate power and you can't lose because you can reload. It's determination in Undertale, like so. The soul's pretty good, you kind of need it. If you want anything to work, having the soul that just literally rewinds time and has infinite power is probably a good thing. The thing is, the soul makes its own decisions, for the most part. So you need to convince the soul that it wants to do the thing that you want to happen. And to get the soul to do the thing you want to happen, you construct a narrative for it to follow through, which is the prophecy. I guess the narrative is constructed, which is the prophecy. Thinking. Like, there's a way, and you can look at it, where, like, the knight fighting the heroes is them both playing out their roles in the same fucking side of the struggle. Like, they're both just playing their part to do the prophecy thing. The prophecy ends in the world being saved. So isn't the knight fighting them part of saving the world? Like, if following the prophecy is how you save the world, then why would the knight fighting them be contradictory to that? It's just another part of the plan. It's all just a prophecy. It all just leads to the same place. Oh my god, my fucking brain is overheating. Maybe they just need the prophecy to proceed. And, like, everyone is secretly actually working toward the same goal except Susie. Because Ralsei, pro-prophecy. The knight, filling out the role in the prophecy. They want to convince the soul to go along with the prophecy. It has its role to play in the prophecy, and they need it to do that. Why does Chris have to do their bullshit without the soul? That is the question, but, like... It's like if... It's maddening. Like, does the knight want to stop the prophecy or to cause it? Okay, donation. I can't think of a name with 10 pounds. I think Gaster and the Knight are against one another. The soul could be the prophecy, and Gaster wanted us to have a body in the Goner. The Goner Maker part, but the Knight put us in Chris. Chris had to by force. I think that's largely accurate. The Gaster seems to be anti-prophecy, at least. God, this is a lot. The whole point of the prophecy is to lure the player and the soul into the Deltarune story and maybe to change it? Okay, I'd stop at lure it in. To me, okay, let's get meta-textual. Let's get meta. The prophecy, I think, if you zoom out, the whole game being scripted and one ending, only one choice, it's all on a fixed path, all on rails. That is about, like, video games on a meta level. That's like... literally the game is only scripted to do certain things, and so the prophecy is a manifestation of, like, literally Toby can only program certain outcomes into the game. And this is a theme that he's been grappling with since the Halloween hack. It's like, how can a game truly offer you choice if every outcome to every choice has to be predetermined? So, like, okay, that's our meta text. Don't lose the train of thought. Please don't lose the train of thought. Come on. Think. Yeah, so if the prophecy stands in for literally the game's constructed narrative, the fact that the game is a story that has been pre-made, the soul following the prophecy is literally the player engaging with the story. It's the player experiencing the narrative. The reason you play Deltarune is to experience the narrative. The narrative is the prophecy. In a way, in order to get the soul to do a thing, you have to give it a narrative. You have to give it... It's implicitly involved in the prophecy, like, by its nature. And yeah, we know that Susie is definitively working to escape the limits of the prophecy. Yeah, Deltarune is the name of the prophecy. It is literally the name of the prophecy. The Angel's Desire. I don't want to talk about the Angel's Desire. I don't know what the angel is. I don't think... I was thinking about this recently. Like, why did people think that Gaster was pro-prophecy? That was like a thing. People assumed that, but like... We had the Wingdings, like, the heroes appear at the Shadow's Edge. That was written in Wingdings on a fucking website. Which is just like... My Deltarune? There's a quote from Gast. Where did this come from? Was this one of the tweets, actually? I want to make a new future with you. Does he not say that? Like, is that not the most anti-prophecy, anti-fate thing you've ever heard in your life? A new future. Like... That's like the most concise way you could say, like, I want to buck the only one true path. There's a prophecy... I want to see a different ending. The prophecy ensures there was only one ending to the game. Gaster wants something new. Yeah, people assume that Ralsei was working with Gaster, but that was based on the fact that how did Ralsei know the prophecy? That was based on the completely false assumption that Ralsei had unique access to the prophecy. Literally everyone in the world knows the prophecy. That was completely the wrong way of thinking about it. And people were thinking the prophecy comes from space and time. Space and time, Gaster, it's Gaster. But, like, that doesn't make any sense now. It's completely blown out of the water. Susie doesn't know the prophecy. Correct, but that's just because she's not religious. Like, anyone who's religious, I'm saying, is it's a mainstream cultural thing that people know about it. It's not special. Yeah, the prophecy is literally what they're singing in church. And Gerson Boom's, like, fantasy series is based on the prophecy that the whole religion is based on. Like, the Lord of the Hammer is a retelling of the prophecy. So, it's just kind of the religion. Like, that is what the religion is the prophecy of the heroes saving the world. Well, yeah, Ralsei implies the knowledge of the prophecy was forced onto him, but Ralsei had no other way of knowing the prophecy. Like, if you're a Lightener and you go to church, you get taught the prophecy. Ralsei has been stuck in a closet forever. So someone had to tell him, but it's not unique that he knows that. It's not like it has to be Gaster. Gaster is the only one who knows the prophecy. It's like literally anyone could have told Ralsei that. Is Ralsei Jade Harley? I don't know. The church doesn't have the full prophecy. They have, like, a lot of it, though. They have enough to know that the heroes are gonna, like, save the world. Like, they probably don't have the part about Jockington growing a beard. That might stand out to them. I don't think Gaster made the world. I think Molly's on the money about this. Gaster made a way to connect to Deltarune. Gaster is the reason why the soul is in the game. Gaster is the reason why you can play the game. But Gaster didn't literally make the world of Deltarune. And to me, it's like injecting a soul in there. That's part of the prophecy. Like, literally, that is an element of the prophecy. But... why would he do the thing the prophecy says has to happen if he wants to make a new future? He intended it to be in a vessel, but the prophecy wasn't about, like, Chris Dreamer has to have the soul. The prophecy was, like, some fucking human is going to be a cage for the soul. So, like, the vessel would have been equivalent to that, it really feels like. Oh my god, even more money. 20 euros from Rousey Mercedes. Thank you. What if Gaster telling Rousey the prophecy is a piece to break it? Like Rousey is growing hate from not being able to change things. If Rousey wasn't told things, he would have probably just happened. Gaster cut the strings. I don't know if we need a link between Rousey and Gaster anymore. I don't know if we need that. I don't know. I think Gaster is a bit more distant. Like, he's been pushed into the periphery more by these recent chapters. It seems the prophecy is part of the world. And if we go with the meta text, yeah, it makes sense. Like, you cannot have a video game world, if you're thinking along these lines, you cannot have a video game world that does not have a form of a prophecy. Even if it's not literally lampshaded as like a religious prophecy in universe, it's always going to follow a script. It is intrinsic to the nature of the world. And so, to me it seems like even if Gaster making the soul is part of the prophecy, he's an outside factor. Like, the only way to influence a closed system like this and create something new is if you inject an outside factor. Which is a player. Like, the player can actually do shit. That's like the most sense that I can make of it, I guess? Why is there so much conflicting information? Has the player been able to change the story? Yeah, on the weird route. Totally on the weird route. It's unclear if the weird route will ultimately be like the only way to change things, but it clearly is a way. It works. It ain't pretty, but it works. It seems like Susie thinks that she can change the story. It seems like Susie's solution to like your entire world is inherently limited by the bounds of its medium. It's just like, nah, fuck that. It's like, okay. It's like Susie seems to just be kind of T-posing through walls. She doesn't really have a strategy. It's just like, I'll do it anyway. I'm built different. Which, you know, I think that could work. I believe in her. Nah, I'd win. Yeah. The Greek prophecy trope, where they, to escape their prophesized fate, they do something extreme to escape it, but it happens anyway. It could be like that. That could be the weird route. It could be like that. It kind of sucks that we don't know what the fuck the end of the prophecy even is after all this. Like, we don't know exactly what happens. Someone dies, maybe Susie, they seal the angels' heaven, and I guess the knight... It never really even says if the knight is defeated or not. You think at the end of the prophecy, Noel dies. It's like I could see it. I could see it. If it's truly that ambiguous whether the girl who dies is Susie. If it's Noelle who dies, then Susie would have a similar reaction to her own death, I think, at that point. You know, they got kind of a thing going on. I'd be upset too. And Noelle, that would kind of finally make sense why Noelle is, like, implied to somehow be the angel? As little sense as that makes? Like, if banishing the angel's heaven is, like, fucking murking Noelle, that would at least tie up that loose end. Yeah, if it was Ralsei fated to die, he wouldn't give a shit. He would in fact assume the others wouldn't care and would just tell them that, and it would be a whole fucking big deal. It's definitely not Ralsei who's gonna die. Ralsei only cares about the Lighteners. He wouldn't even flinch at his own death. Well, it says there's a great tragedy at the end. I think someone's gonna die. If it's busting out the word tragedy, like someone's dead. New currency unlocked. Anindya Sundar with 100 something. Thank you. People say Noelle may die at the end of the prophecy, and I can see it too, but I think it's Chris or Ralsei. I don't think Noelle and Susie's thing is that good. I mean, it could be Chris. Ralsei's trying to hide it specifically from Susie, though, is the thing. Like, the fact that it's specifically Susie, and Ralsei doesn't care if Chris sees it. It also, in the prophecy, it's baked into the prophecy that, like, the girl... the monster girl, love finds her, and then someone dies tragically, and we can't let Susie see what that is. It's kind of like that might be alluding to Noelle, like maybe those things being next to each other is meaningful. Like, Suzelle is baked into the fucking prophecy. It's in there. Susie obviously won't let it happen. That implies that it's Susie. Like, that seems like, why would you bust that obvious if it was a different person? Like, I'm obviously not gonna let myself die. That's dumb. Another 5 biggins from Zio. Still don't know what a biggin is. They're probably good, though. Susie might not be part of the prophecy. The monster that finds love could be December. Ralsei says she's supposed to equip ribbons. Well, I think that's a hint that it could be Noelle, in which case... I mean, I don't think Des would really wear ribbons. That's like Noelle's thing. And also finding, like, we don't know anything about Des falling in love. We don't even know if, like, her and Asriel were ever a couple. That's never really implied. If it's like not Susie, it's definitely Noelle. Or... I did say literally early in the stream that it could be Des. I don't know. I guess we gotta find out if Des wears ribbons or not. It seems like everything about her was, like, to the maximum possible absurd extent tomboy coded. Like fucking flannel shirts and combat boots, punk rock ass paintball airsoft playing adventure deer. I'm not sure ribbons really fit with that aesthetic, but maybe, I don't know, maybe she could still wear ribbons. We got 65 sex from Uragon's chin. Thank you. If we're the angel, we would reach heaven by completing the game and then being banished when the game is done. I mean, that was what I thought since chapter 1. Which I still think, I don't know what the angel fits into this. But like, clearly whatever the angel is not quite the same thing as like Noelle metaphorically being the angel. I think there's room for that. Like, Noelle can't literally be the whole fucking angel. The church worships the angel. That's just not just... Noelle's just kind of sitting there. The church might not know? Is the angel like a prophesized figure? Or is it like... there's some religions like that, right? Where it's like... We're worshipping someone who is fated to exist later. It's kind of like the second coming or something. Does Noelle have a heaven? How did she get a heaven? I mean, that's a good point. The soul is part of the prophecy already and is not ostensibly the same thing as the angel. The player is just the soul. Unless the soul is considered separate from the player, like, they're obviously... The soul is the manifestation of the player, but maybe the angel is, like, literally actually just the player, like you, sitting on your ass right now. Aw, Susie is Noelle's heaven. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Beautiful. Why does Susie not know what a soul is? I forget when it's implied she doesn't. I don't disbelieve that she doesn't. I just forget when. Susie seems like kind of a weirdo. She doesn't read, I guess. Like, Susie knows how to clean up bloodstains, which apparently no one in Chris's family knew how to do for years. Like, if Toriel knew how to clean up bloodstains, then why didn't she clean up the fucking giant bloodstain? What's the deal with the red heart thing? Do people know what souls look like? I'm not sure they're normally supposed to pop out of your body like that. That might not be part of the common knowledge. Susie does seem clueless about, like, most things. Well, yeah, Carol knows, obviously. But Carol has, like, knowledge of the fucking player, it seems. We still don't know what monster souls look like. It's implied they have souls, but, like, we haven't seen one. The book about souls in the library isn't about humans, it's just about souls. It doesn't specify. Well, in Undertale, it's an upside-down Grey Heart. We don't see them in Deltarune, though. And apparently they fucking... Monster biology is subject to change between worlds, so... We have not seen a monster soul. No one dies. A monster would have had to die. Only Birdly does, and he just gets encased in ice. He doesn't turn to dust or anything. I haven't played the new Weird Root chapters, if Birdly is in fact not dead. Impressive that he tanked it. Good job, Birdly. I think we should assume that monster souls exist. Why Susie doesn't know about Chris's soul, I'm not sure it really matters that much. I think we may be safe to assume that humans don't normally rip the soul out, so it is visibly floating as a heart-shaped object. Can monsters be made of magic if they don't know magic? I don't know. I think I'm too tired to continue. That was a long chat. It was like 2 hours straight. I'm just yapping about lore. Pretty good. Talking through this has not made me very confident in our odds of reaching any concrete conclusions anytime soon about this shit. It seems that the more you talk about it, the less sense it makes, which is not great. Oh fuck, stream art. Oh fuck, I forgot. Chris is gonna freeze to death out here, yeah. Holy shit. We've been here for a while. Do I have a Discord? Yes, but it's currently locked down for spoiler prevention. It's gonna be locked down for 2 weeks after the counting from Deltarune's release. So you unfortunately can't join right now. Yeah, there kind of isn't much concrete. Like, we've been given a lot of info. It's not that they've been cagey about giving us info, it's just that there's so many new questions opened up. The scope has expanded faster than the answers can fill in the gaps, right? It's like... I hope that makes sense. Okay, let me get stream art. I don't really know what to make of the "you couldn't find your hand" dialogue. I kind of don't know what to make of that. It's a black shard, which is it says it's like lacquer, which someone pointed out that's like a guitar pick. Might be like that. A lacquered guitar pick. A triangle. Des plays guitar. But, like, what does that mean? Unless it's like Des... I don't think Des literally disappeared after touching a guitar and just got, like, invisible man and disappeared. Like, what the fuck is that? That doesn't really follow any known mechanisms of this universe. I don't know what to do with it. I've been on top chat this whole fucking time. It's not making a difference. Holy shit, the chat's going fast anyway. The knight in the bunker is like, come on, Chris, we can't wait behind the door to spook you all night. They're waiting to spook the player, I bet. Okay, I have to finish the chapter first, I forgot. I'm still playing the game. Come on in. Cut to black. The door, it's even unclear what exactly happens between chapter 3 and 4. Like, how long did Susie spend fucking around in the dark world before Chris caught up? Like, less than 2 hours, I assume, but... like, Chris goes in the bunker, I don't know, gets given a bag of candies by Halloween Holiday, leaves. Does Chris enter? I don't know, we don't see it, but why would the door open otherwise? Like, we're assuming that Chris is in cahoots with whoever's doing this scheming, so, like, them being invited into the bunker makes sense. It wouldn't open if they weren't inviting them in. Like, if it was like, oh no, the night's coming back out, scary, then we wouldn't wake up in chapter 4. Chris would just be fucking eaten by the bunker, right? Chris is terrified of the bunker? Those aren't mutually exclusive. They might be terrified of the bunker because they know what's inside, because they've been in there, because they're in collusion with these other people who use the bunker. Does Chris want to get Undyne back? No, Chris doesn't. We do. We're opposed. The soul controlling Chris is going along with whatever Susie wants to do mostly, and Chris is on some other shit. Completely different. Yes, Chris does not want the plater to have the code. Chris does not want Susie to have the code. The code is supposed to be something that is secret to only Chris and the Night Gang. Okay. Bear with me. Oh, shit, I'm tired. Yeah, the code is just 1225, by the way. We still get the code. But, like, we can't act on it or tell Susie. It's strange. Like, obviously the code is just December, but December holiday. Maybe it's an epic prank, though, and the code is actually 1224. And we'd never figure it out. Okay. Art. Oh, wait. I forbid people from posting art in the... if it's spoilers. Oh. I forgot the art was on my Discord server. Oh dear. Did I fuck up, actually? Did people put... Oh, they're smart. People are smart. They made a thread for it. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, people figured it out. Thank God. Yeah, someone asked about making... if spoilers were allowed for stream art. I just assumed that was about, like... can we include spoilers for you to review on stream? And I was like, yeah, that's okay. But, like... I didn't think about where they'd be putting the art, though. Oops. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, bear with me. Well, I did a whole chapter in one day, even if it took like 100 years. I was honestly worried that I wouldn't be able to get through chapter 3 over the whole fucking weekend. At least we avoided that fate. Alright, art. Who made this one? Oh, this was Tiger Bear. We have the Rene Descartes meme.
You see, I'm not a dark nerd, so I'm not real.
Do you think?
I think?
You think, therefore you am. Or else I just got completely destroyed by facts and logic. Rene Descartes? That's actually pretty good evidence. And Nikaizo, exciting, exciting, exciting. Who invited this guy? Fucking, was it in reference to something in particular? I'm already forgetting. Oh, the dancing in the corner, the GIF. Nice, nice, nice. I get it, I get it. That was a while ago at this point. Nikaizo was extremely good at drawing, especially Gaster. If you're a fan of like Bishin and Gaster. Also, this is by Nikaizo. Mr. Antenna's trauma time. Pretty much. I used to be the email guy. Now I'm just the family trauma guy. We have egg in a waffle iron. Oh, this looks lovely, actually. Whoa. This is the halcyon days of youth, like the scent of fresh lemon. That's sick, actually. There's like Tenna, like the fucking Aladdin genie. Des is all obscured in shadow. Classic Des moment. That's awesome. Oh, is the TV being reflected in the couch even? They're playing Zelda, it looks like. Multiplayer Zelda. Fuck, I wish that was real. Is that what the Four Swords was? Maybe they're playing Four Swords Adventure. Sunri made a mock-up of my new merch line. Thank you. You can see it has potential. I'm charging $54 per shirt. What the fuck is this? Crypty? Is this more iteration on the Nikola Tesla merch line? Is that fucking like, who is that? Father Alvin's like caked up sister? I don't recognize this character. It's got the Gerson color palette. I don't remember Undyne being, oh, it's an alligator in a bikini? Is it? I don't think Undyne's usually that color. Green Undyne unlocked. Fuck yeah. Green Sands? No, 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 no. Green Undyne. New character. Original. Oh, it's just an original character? It's just an OC. Okay. Crisis averted. We don't need Green Undyne. That's fake. Yarrow the Secrets has drawn. Excuse me. The Evil and Intimidating Knight. Very good. I feel like I saw some knight designs that looked vaguely like this before chapter 2. There was an infinite number of them, so I'm sure that some came close. None of them had the crazy fucking after image effect, though. That's cool. It looks kind of like an Evangelion or something, doesn't it? The knight is a pretty cool design. It's got the Gaster stigmata hands, yeah. That's the last one. Necrozma? What is a necrozma? A Pokemon, what? I mean, it's black and pointy. So I think that's the Pokemon brain rot. It eats light. I mean, it's dark and pointy. I'll give it that. All right. Huge win. That's by far my most viewed stream, live at least so far. Thank you to everyone for showing up. We're doing this again tomorrow whenever I can get out of bed. I'm not guaranteeing that will be early. It is currently 4 in the morning. I'm very tired. That was good though. I needed to get that out of my system. There's a lot of Deltarune to talk about. Lot of Deltarune. And thank you everyone for the donations as well. All right, night everyone. Happy Deltaruning.